time. We will be having some names on those properties once we, send it out to get them cut, so those are on the cut list also. As far as the abandoned properties, we still working on those. If y'all have any more to bring up or whatnot, just get with me and let me know, and I will check them out.
What about that one on what was it, 14th Street?
On 14.
On 14th Street, I have to get with him. No, that's another one on the list.
That's what they shared.
With the front
Yeah, we
of,
talked.
Just that front.
yeah, we talked about that, yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Well, I talked to Mr. Gregory about Avenue B for the Jacksons, I think. They've had a lot of time, from my understanding. I'm not sure exactly how much, but I think it was in the previous administration. And it's been brought to my attention since January that they need to report where they are. I think
It's
Mr. Gregory.
clean, they cleaned it up.
No, that's the one that, the contract accident took across.
Yeah.
Yes, that,
So he's talked, I think it's a sibling something, but, you know, like I told Mr. Gregory, they need to come here to talk to the new council, to ask for if they need, you know, I'm not sure about the time length, but, it needs to be
address.
addressed, like,
Yeah,
sooner
'cause
than.
I talked to them, and like I said, the grass is high, and I actually talked to them,
Yeah,
and they were saying it was under some kind of lawsuit or whatever, so I don't know how long it's gonna be with the lawsuit, but that's gonna be something that I have to bring to y'all attention. Or have their lawyers contact, you know, y'all, let y'all know, so we can move forward with that one.
But it's a house that on 14th Street also, where the tree fell over
That just recently happened, I saw that one also, yeah.
Oh,
So that's gonna be between person or property and the other property too, so,
okay.
yeah, I know what you mean, talking about.
Thank you, Mr. Gregory.
All right, have a good day.
Item 6 adjourned. Public Works Committee, item 1, call to order. Item 2, establish a quorum. Item 3, roll call, please.
Ms. Gordon, Mr. Payne,
Here.
Ms. King,
here.
on present.
Item 4, adjourned.
Call to order, establish quorum, roll call.
Mrs. Stewart,
Here.
Ms. Gordon, Mr. Payne.
Yeah.
On present.
Hearing from Chairman Smith, the superintendent for West Gregory Parish School regarding the new contract site for Corn Elementary.
Good evening.
Good evening.
First, Mayor, Council, thank you all so much for allowing me to come speak with you guys tonight. I come this evening really to share some great news. We have a lot of plans that we just got approved, got all of our funding in order. You know all that takes some time to get done. But I'd love to be able to share with you all some plans that we have for the Port Allen area. So this is part of our strategic plan. We started this when I came on board May 1st of 2023, really with a lot of goals and strategies. First, just so everybody's aware, we've made tremendous growth the last 2 years. We've gone from a 79.4 to an 85.2, and we're going to continue that growth, here in the coming months. So, as you know, the kids are taking LEAP testing now. We're hoping to finish up next week, and all signs are pointing to good growth there. We've got our literacy results, and we've grown 8% from last year of students who are reading 1 level or above across the district. So great things there. These are our goals as a school system. First, our number 1 goal is all about students and student academic growth. Number 2 is all about school safety, student safety, both emotional and safety and well-being physically. Goal 3 is all about our staff, hiring highly effective instructional staff at all of our schools. Goal 4, sensible spending. How do we do this within budget? And goal 5 is all about stakeholder communication and getting our message out and getting feedback from our parents and community members. So one of the things that we wanted to tackle was con. As you know, in the last bond issue, a lot of work was done at different ends of the parish. Some of the sites received some new buildings. Con received a new multi-purpose and new front office. But when we had our academic buildings at Con evaluated, we had a lot of deficiencies. And it benefited us and the kids to put them in new buildings. So when we started this venture, we looked at just Con. And then we said, well, it might need to be bigger than this. How are the students doing at Port Allen Middle? What are those facilities like? What can we do to maybe consolidate some things? So we started asking some questions. And we said, well, have we thought about combining these two school sites? We had some success as a district with combining Duval and Chamberlain. Has anybody seen the new Cane View? It's been in place for about 4 years now. We've grown that school from a C school to a B school. It's a beautiful facility. And we've had a ton of success by combining those two school sites. We also had a demographer study come in, Mr. Mike Hefner, to look at our population growth here in the district. These are the numbers he found. Over the next 10 years, West Baton Rouge will have an increase of students, approximately 750 students. Our issue or challenge that we found was that wasn't population growth all across the parish, but rather on the south end and in the Irwinville area. So we saw that Con and Port Allen Middle are pretty stagnant on their student population. The population in the city of Port Allen is not seeing the growth that we are in other areas. So we wanted to take that into consideration. We also did an organizational review that said schools that are less than 250 to 300 students, it's really just not efficient for us as a school system to duplicate services at multiple buildings. For instance, every school has to have a cafeteria, every school has to have a nurse, a librarian, and I could go on. And we also wanted to figure out a way, how could we offer some opportunities to our high school students with rethinking and maybe reimagining what that Port Allen Middle campus could become. So we started an early college program. So let me tell you a little bit about that. As you know, we opened up our West Baton Rouge Career Academy this year in October. We have 237 students from both high school, Bruley and Port Allen, taking courses in culinary, electrical, welding, cosmetology, drafting, medical, EMR, EMT, carpentry, robotics, and then also Ed Rising, those are our future teachers. We're adding more courses for next year. We have 350 to 400 students signed up from both high schools to take courses at our Career Academy. It works great. We do an AM schedule and a PM schedule. Kids don't eat breakfast or lunch here. They do that on their home campus. They go there for classes and then they go back to their home campus for the remaining part of the day. We are also starting an early college program in STEM Academy. So again, this is going to function just like the Career Academy. It's not a school, it's a program site, so they'll go take courses there and then go back to their home site. We're excited, we're offering 2 associates programs. These students will leave with 60 college credit hours. That's amazing. And guess what the best thing is? If you're a parent, it's 100% free. We pay for all of it. So that with the savings of combining these 2 schools allows me to then hire dual enrollment certified teachers to teach at what will be the new early college and STEM Academy, turning that Port Allen Middle campus, and for those history buffs, the old Port Allen High School, back to serving high school students. So what's exciting here, we have about 8 classrooms in that front building. We're going to turn the library into a student center, student union, coffee shop, and it's going to be a place for our 11th and 12th graders to come take dual enrollment courses together, both from Brewley and Port Allen High School. Currently, we have about 85 students in our early college program. Those are our freshmen. So they're starting taking dual enrollment their freshman year in high school. Those students will matriculate on to their sophomore year, and we'll add another cohort of freshman kids. It's a lot. It's very exciting. We'll be able to offer physics at this location. We'll be able to offer some STEM programming that otherwise might not be able to be offered at both schools independently. So for more efficiently, we can offer both at this school site. And then again, they'll go back to their home site, play sports, be in the band, do all the things that high school kids do. So what does that do for Con? What will it look like? So Con will then serve grades 3 through 8. 3 through 8. We'll still have Port Allen Elementary, Head Start through 2nd grade, and then the students will matriculate to Con, be there, and then matriculate to Port Allen High School. So this is, if you're looking there on, if you're looking at the multi-purpose building, that front office, this new wing is going to be the new elementary. This is where grades 3 through 5 will be. It's going to be in 2 buildings. They'll be connected by an outdoor classroom space. It's really going to be state-of-the-art. Very excited, new special ed classrooms, new classrooms with sinks and storage. Every teacher's dream, they just want storage. But these classrooms are going to be great. We have brand new furniture all coming in, designed specifically from professionals. The architect is the same group of architects that built Brewley High School. We selected Womack Construction as our contractors. Again, the same group that built Brewley High. Great contractors. If y'all work with them, we're very excited. So this is what the new front of Con will be. The elementary there, grades 3 through 5. We will also extend parking. When we have parent events, parking is, it's key. We need more parking. If you look at the campus as a whole, this is kind of an aerial view. We're going to take the cafeteria and renovate it. It's actually a good building. We're going to renovate that. And that middle building, I showed y'all the elementary. The middle building will be a brand new library and media center space, new band rooms, new art, new STEM. Really a lot of exciting opportunities for the kids. Those buildings in the back there along Payne, that's going to be the new middle school, grades 6 through 8, and a brand new gym. If you've been to a game at Port Allen Middle School, the locker rooms are really inaccessible. There is no concession. The gym, the bleachers are wooden bleachers. It's not really a legit size basketball court. So this really will give the kids a brand new state-of-the-art gym that they'll be able to use for PE, basketball, and other games. We're also going to be putting in a practice football field. Why do I say a practice? Because we are putting in turf at the high schools, and from a prior middle and high school principal, I know those middle school kids are going to want to play football on the turf on Thursday night. So I'm sure that this is going to be just a practice field, and they'll be able to play their games on the turf at Port Allen High School. This is just another rendering from that same viewpoint. We're going to tear down those middle area. Those are the 2 current academic buildings. That will also all become playgrounds and common courtyard space for the students. This is just one example of what the elementary will look like. Again, with outdoor classrooms, enough restrooms, classrooms for the students. We have about 200 kids on the elementary side and roughly that same amount on the middle school side. So this will function with 1 principal and 2 assistant principals at this school site. It's very exciting. We're very excited about these. It's going to really change the whole area. The mayor has been great. The chief has been great. We've been talking about this, and we tomorrow night have a night again with our parents to try to get them out to see and give us some feedback. How can we honor the history of Con? How can we, what's some feedback they can give us and what to put in for the kids? But we have some neat tricks up our sleeves with the STEM space and some cool things that the kids I think are going to be very excited about. Doesn't stop there. We're going to do some upgrades at Lukeville. They'll get a new gym and cafeteria. They don't have a gym. Their cafeteria is about 70 years old, so we need to do some work there. Parking upgrades, Bruley Upper. We will do a new roof for the gym there, some various renovations throughout the site. The administration area will be updated. Port Allen Elementary, we're starting on that this summer. We have a new gym floor going in there in their big multi-purpose space, upgrading the cafeteria and kitchen, and a brand new roof on that side as well. And then again, both high schools, we are going to be adding turf. And at Port Allen High School, we're going to be building a new athletic field house. That we're very excited about. I know it's a long time coming. So the kids are excited. We just got a new football coach, and I know they're excited about to get started planning on that field house. So a lot of projects in store, new LED lights. We're really trying to promote a lot more extracurricular involvement with our kids. So I think this will help. Port Allen Middle, we are looking to, when we combine Con and Port Allen Middle, we're going to start a historical recognition committee. We're going to ask for some volunteers for that. How can we honor Con, the history of Con, at the Con site? And can we build, the architects are really interested in designing maybe a square or some type of courtyard piece that we could honor the history and legacy of Con. So we're really excited about that. That was really it. So I would love some questions and feedback if anybody has any. Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Rose and I went to the Legacy Nursing Home about a week or two ago, I think. And the lady, she's new, her name is Miss Sarah. They've updated and did a lot of renovations since I've last been there. And I think I've last been some years ago. My daughter was a part of the Beta Club.
Okay.
But she's asking for the community's help. So I was going to bring it under correspondence. I'm not sure if you'll be here at the end. So one question she asked was about the ladies there and the men getting haircuts and their hair done. So I told her I would get with you about the Career Academy. I told her about that, and it was awesome. Maybe that can be a grade or something, or we can see if we can, integrate that some type of way with a class, something for them to go and wash their hair or cut their
We can
hair.
wash and we can, the girls, the students can style. They can't cut. Yeah, just for, you have to be 18 and sit for the exam for that, but we can, and they can even do nails. So that might be something that they're interested in.
But they have to be, I think maybe 12th grade or something, because they do have some psych patients there, and they of course don't want anything to happen. But most of the patients there that are psych patients won't be a part of that. But just for they'll have to get something signed, I'm sure, consent.
Yes, ma'am.
But that was something I told her I would bring to your attention.
I will talk to Ms. Bro, our supervisor of college and career, and tell her that that's
Going forward.
Would that be an option for the students to get some, hands-on experience? That's a good option.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for letting me present, and I know meetings can go a long time, so thank you very much for giving me some time.
Number 5, update community.
Good evening, everybody. I won't be long because we have other things that are just a little bit more important, but we do want to announce and keep on your agendas the things that will be going on within the next couple of weeks. We know we have our family day in the park on the 24th of May. This year we did something new. We have a Miss Juneteenth contest, which is an essay contest that will culminate, and we will announce everyone next week the date that the winners will be announced, and we hope that all the council members will be able to attend. We do know it's going to be on a Sunday, and we'll have that information by next week. And of course, Juneteenth will be the weekend of the 21st and 22nd of June. Really a lot of exciting stuff. We wait till the mayor signs the contracts with the entertainment before we announce that. But hopefully in the next 1 or 2 days, that will be done. And I'll take any other questions that you might have at this time.
Adjourn.
Call the Personnel Committee to order to establish a quorum. Could we have a roll call, please?
Hope.
Here.
Ms. Gordon. Mr. Payne.
Here.
Item number 4, discuss Chief Mitchell's recommendation to hire the following. Russian Juno, Step 110, Grade G, and Charles Williams, Step 110, Grade G also.
Yeah, I'd like to amend the step 3 because they're actually opposed, so it'll actually be 112B instead of 110G. But it's still 9%.
It's a difference of about 65 bucks a year. 65.
But it's
112?
112.
Due to them being post officers. They wasn't able to be here, but they'll be here next week. One of them is still currently working, and the other one had the matrix yesterday, which I found out Charles had to the matrix test yesterday, and he passed. So the other guy, Juno, he took it today. So I found out his results tomorrow.
Okay.
And I don't-
So the correct grade will be on next week's agenda for the council vote. There's no issue with it.
Good. And they'll give you an introduction once they come. They're both our season officers, so they'll tell y'all a little about themselves.
Okay. We do. That's it, Chief? Okay. Item number 5, adjourn.
Finance Committee call to order, establish quorum, roll call,
Ms. King.
here.
Mr. Hubble. Mr. Hubble.
Here. I'm sorry.
Ms. Joseph.
Here.
Quorum, brother.
Discuss 2024-25 on engagement.
Per state law, we're supposed to have an audit done of our finances every year. State law says that we have 60 days, anytime up to 60 days after the fiscal year ends. Our fiscal year ends June 30th. That doesn't mean we have to wait until our fiscal year ends to sign this engagement letter. One of the findings last year in our audit was that it wasn't filed timely enough. It needs to be filed by December 31st. So we can get the ball rolling. We can get our audit, because they don't want to work during Thanksgiving and Christmas. We don't want to work during Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays to get this stuff done. And the state's making more and more regulations that's becoming more and more burdensome to put all things together. So I'm asking that you'll put this on the council agenda for y'all to approve next week so that the mayor can sign the engagement letter so that come July 1st, we've done all our preliminaries with the auditors. They can start doing some things even though the hard fiscal closeout doesn't occur until September 30th. They can test procedures. They don't have to wait for our financial statements to be done. They can start coming in checking the ethics certificates and the sexual harassment certificates, all these other things. They don't have to wait. But if we have this engagement done, they can start July 1st or work us in among many other clients since they've merged with another company, so they've got more clients and more responsibilities too. So, and Tanny Erickson Printo does plan on being here next week if y'all have any questions that y'all can ask him. So I'm asking to have that as an agenda item for next week's council meeting for the council to approve.
Okay.
Any questions on that item?
Okay, item number 5, discuss 2025 following mileage adoption.
Traditionally, the city has waited into August, September to do their millage adoptions. State law says it has to be into the assessor's office by June 1st. Our assessor has been very kindly waiving that requirement. And I would like to have a very cordial working relationship with our assessor. We don't have to roll forward as a simple resolution since we're going to keep the millage adoptions the same as what they were last year, so we don't have to go through the entire advertising multiple times, just one time per city ordinance, just to put it out there. So that it would be the same rates as it was last year, so there would be no tax increase for anybody, simply just adopting the same tax millage from last year. The only ones that would see the increase would be those, I think, in the subdivision who didn't have a house this year on their property, that will now have a house on that year. So I'm asking to put that on the agenda so that we can get it to the assessor's office as state law dictates by June 1st.
Did that?
Item number 6, discuss police department environmental mileage election.
This is a voter approved millage that goes on for 10 years. It expires at the end of this year, so it will not affect the 2025 taxes, but it would affect the 2026 taxes. It is a very lengthy process. To make the October election, it had to go before the bond commission. The bond commission needed the application last month. So we need a resolution first from the council to call for the election. You have to advertise before y'all can do that. So we will not be able to have this election in October as I had planned. So our next available election is in November. So I just wanted to update y'all on that. And our police department, and I've already talked to Chief Mitchell about this election. Varying municipalities around here, the ad valorem taxes that are up for renewal or coming, or new ones are not passing. So for funding for our police department, it would be very important when we get the word out that their 5 mills only brings in about $125,000 to $150,000. So it's not that much burden, I think, to the property owners.
Item 7, discuss 2024-25 budget amendments for all funds.
As one of the findings in the audit, one of our funds was above the 5% threshold for expenditures, the Section 8 fund. And in preparing the budget for this upcoming fiscal year, one of our other major funds, I'm not quite sure, Mr. Tommy was with Falk and Winkler will be here next week to explain all this, since he's preparing the budget. To be in compliance with state law, to introduce the ordinance next month, to vote in June on the amendment so that our funds are all in compliance with state law, that they're all within the 5%, no more than 5% above for expenditures and no more than 5% below for revenues. Budgets are just a plan of what we think are going to happen throughout the 12 months. Things change. That's why the state law gives us the budget amendment process to amend our budget. And we would like to do that to be within compliance so that we don't have that finding on our audit for audit that we're going to do. So we would like to have that as an agenda item next week.
Item 8, discuss 2025-2026 proposed budget.
The mayor and myself met with Mr. Tommy Falk and Winkler 2 weeks or a week ago. He's working on the final numbers to give to y'all next week. Everybody, we met with all the various departments. They've had a lot of wishes, wants or needs. He's going through that, trying to evaluate which one's the best, which one's not, because all can't get what we want, trying to stay within our budget. But per state law, we need to have a budget adopted by the end of this fiscal year to start, and it needs to go through as a ordinance, which requires an introduction and then a separate meeting for the vote. So we would like to have this on the council agenda for next week to actually introduce the ordinance and the actual proposed budget. Not that it would be finalized, it's the proposed. There could possibly be some changes between May and June, but we would like to have that on the agenda for next week as well.
Item number 9, discuss update state and local physical recovery funds.
This is the 1.7 million that we received through ARPA. That grant is still not closed down. It's still ongoing as far as reporting. I found out near the end of April that we needed to report on their portal April 30th. When I went in to do the reporting, brand new at all this, I found out that we had not completed all the reporting requirements through that portal in previous years. So we were out of compliance, but per the grant, if we completed everything by April 30th for this year, we would be back in compliance. I reached out to Falk and Winkler since I didn't know 500 plus pages of federal guidelines to complete all this. They helped me complete this so by the April 30th deadline. So just wanted to keep y'all up to date, because had we not completed by April 30th, we would have been in jeopardy of having to return that $1.7 million to the federal government.
Item number 10, 2025 Louisiana Community Development Block Grant.
Mr. Ericall had come before us, for y'all gave him approval for him to reach out to this grant. So he applied for us on the city's behalf, and we were awarded that grant. And the grant amount is $1,117,906 for sewer system upgrades. It is a Louisiana Community Development Block Grant, which comes from the federal government. As you know, the federal government seems to be cutting grants left and right. So at this meeting that we went to Monday, they asked us to contact our United States senators and United States congressmen to say that we do need this funding. While the president may have excluded it from his budget, he did that when he was president his first term. Congress has always put this money back in because Congress ultimately, just like you as the legislative branch, ultimately controls the purse strings. So to contact your representatives and senators that this grant money is very important. Since it is a federal grant, there's a lot of stipulations involved with it. Unlike the ARPA grant on that state level where they gave us the money first and then we just made it. This money, they're not going to give to us until we incur the expense. So once we incur the expense, we'll get the invoice, we'll submit the invoice, say we need to pay this vendor, they'll give us the money back, and we have within 3 days once we get the money to pay whatever. So we have to have an expedited process. There's a resolution that in Mr. Ericall's company, Professional Engineering Facility, will be helping us manage this grant. He's working on a resolution that we'll have for y'all next week where y'all give the mayor the authority to do everything that needs to be done, including opening up a separate bank account for all these things to go through, paying the vendors without coming before y'all, since we need to pay them within 3 weeks, and we just give you an update when that occurs. So we would like to have this on the agenda for next week, that resolution, so that we can participate in this grant.
Any questions? Item 11, adjourned.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Good evening, council. So the only thing that I have, like I told Mr. Chandler Smith, we did go to the nursing home. So they are asking that we participate. We pop in, the residents, they were happy to see people. Some don't have family. They were explaining to us, and it's hard. Nursing homes aren't the best, to go to, but they are asking for more participation because they've gotten such a bad rep in the past. So we vowed that we would try to go at least once a month over there. I think next week is patient appreciation or week. I think next week she sent me. So if you can pop in, they are asking for different things. I think socks, blankets, different things. So as the year goes on, we can get together to try to do some kind of drive or something to bring to them, to get to them maybe by the holidays or something. But if you just have time, some of you can pop in and they would really appreciate that. The other thing, I reached out to the council members separately, and then I talked to our attorney's office. June 9th will be the first town hall meeting that I will hold here at 5:30. That's the Monday before a council meeting. I campaigned on that. I hear the citizens, I hear the public. So we're gonna try the first one. We're gonna have the same requirements and restrictions that we have for council meeting. So, again, it'll be June 9th. We'll see if it's needed monthly or we'll do quarterly, but we'll figure that out. But the first one will be June 9th here at 5:30, in the council room. I think that's, well, Adrian and I attended the workshop Monday, for the grants. It was very informative. It is a lot. And we are asking for the resolution not to hide anything. We will still bring everything to let you know what we're spending on, you know, what we've paid. But because of the 3 days, we can't, you know, we can't have a meeting, outside the meeting. So, that's just the best way we thought, to get that done. So, no further.
No.
Oh, what day is it?
27.
Okay, so the cybersecurity, that's something that they added in our audits. So we will have our first cybersecurity mandatory May 22nd, and it'll be at William and Lee Community Center. What time?
11 o'clock.
11. Okay, so it'll be at 11, and it's kind of similar to we're gonna do a similar to our Christmas mandatory sexual harassment, but this is something else that they've added from the auditors, that you have to have a cybersecurity training as well. So we're gonna just do it global. We've never had to do it, no. So this will be our first year doing that.
Say that again, Center?
William and Lee Community Center. On May 22nd at 11 o'clock. So if you can't make it, we're gonna treat it just like ethics. You'll have to go on and get your hours yourself and submit your paperwork to Miss Lynette.
I took that at the Midwater conference.
The Midway, okay.
And
You have your
I received
certificate.
the certificate on my phone.
Okay, just send it to us.
Okay.
That's it? That's it, okay. All right, that's it, adjourn.
One other thing.
I'm sorry.
Our water rates came out. The water report for our water system on Monday, we're at 99 out of 100.
Okay,
And we've showed improvements over the last 2 years, I saw.
Right.
87, 88 years ago to 93 last year to 100, 99 this year for every period of recovery.
okay. And I talked to Daryl in the roads and drainage, and with Mr. Hubble's suggestion, they've been utilizing the back truck more. And this time we had no issues. We only had 2, I think, last time. Was coming down the street, Greg was coming up, Mr. Hubble was coming down one way. So we rode around and we, you know, made sure everything the first time. So the rain that we had, I did the same thing this morning and it was fine. So I do appreciate them cleaning the drains, you know, being proactive. Cause he had them on Jefferson, cause I think they had some issue the last time as well.
Yeah.
So he had them spread out doing different. So I do appreciate that, as well as BJ's crew.
Make a shout out to Darryl Lewis. I was at a wake last week, and over here on Avenue 8, we had a city fence that's been on that servitude for a long time. It's about a 10-foot section. Anyway, she asked me about it, and I called Daryl when I got back to work, and he went out there with the 8 guys that afternoon and took care of it. The lady called me. I said, well, thank Daryl Lewis, because he's the one that did it. So if you don't mind pushing that forward, pass it on to him, or shout out to him
I will.
and the crew.
Definitely will. All right, thank you.